So I just was driving to work. I am driving to work right now. And I stopped at the store to get like some fucking coffee or something. And I see my former coworker with his girlfriend, and they're like standing in front of the fucking thing where you get like the big water. I don't know what it's like a big plastic container of water. I don't know why people buy water. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. But he's standing there with his girlfriend. I saw him, and me and this guy had extremely uncomfortable interactions throughout the entire time that I knew him at work. I had to train him, and he was a very strange person who wasn't really... He didn't have a very good sense of when he was making people uncomfortable. And that, with the job, it was, being like a janitor at night, I had to be alone with him. So it was a very uncomfortable, strange, weird thing to do, right? So I see this guy, and I'm fucking polite, so I say, "Hi, how's it going?" And I go inside, and then I come outside, and he's still there with his girlfriend, and they're about to leave. It almost seemed like he was waiting there, like, for me to come back outside so he could talk to me. This guy's very religious, so I'm pretty sure if he was waiting for me to come outside, he was doing it because he thought that it was like destiny for us to have that moment and have a moment together, me and him. I don't know why he thinks that about me specifically. I think that he thinks that, I don't know, that we have something in common or something. Like, he relates to so few people in life that I'm the guy, and which is depressing because I don't like him at all, and I was just polite to him, So I go back outside, I see him there, I go to get in my car, he's getting in his car, whatever, heading towards the car, and he mentions to me that he got fired from the last job, which I just recently quit, like a week ago. So he says, "Oh man, I got fired," and it's like, oh, that's no shit. Like, of course they're gonna fire you because you're fucking weird. Like, you're a weirdo. Everyone is talking about how he, his weird shit. So I mean, I don't know. So I didn't know what to say. I was mystified that he would try and speak to me after, like, at one point I was like fucking yelling at him at work. Like, we had like a really, confrontational fucking thing together. So, like, I don't get what in his mind says that I want to be his friend. Or it says that, like, I'm someone that he can reach out to and try and, like, get help from. So I basically, I was a little angry, so I kind of said, he's like, "They fired me, and they didn't tell me why," and I said, "Yeah, it's because they're cunts. You should find another job." And then I got in my car, and I drove away, and as I was driving away, he was looking in my fucking mirror, looking at me. And I could just imagine in his mind, he's just seeing it play out like a fucking movie. Like, he's the star of his own narrative. Like, he thinks that that's how it works. Poor guy. That's not how life works. It's not a fucking narrative that... Your brain constructs the narrative that you live inside of. It's not like the world itself is that story that you're living in. So, yeah, I hope that he realizes that. His girlfriend was kind of cute. Like, I was really surprised that he had a girlfriend who was, like, alive and, like, a human being or whatever. He didn't have, like, a body pillow or something. That, I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. Weird guy. But smart. Going to college, doing all that shit, whatever. Smart guy, but fucking weirdo. So, and another thing I wanted to bring up, went and got something to eat with another former coworker from that same job. And it was a mistake, first of all. It was not fun because their personality sucks, but damn, it's gonna have to. Their personality sucks. I mean, it was not fun talking to them. But that's kind of beside what I guess, no, it is related to what I'm gonna say. I started to think, as I looked past them, as I looked past their head at something more interesting to pay attention to, as they were rambling on about some bullshit that I just could not stick with. Like something, it's not even like some bullshit. It's like they were like saying something, that you should just stop talking. Okay, I understand what you said. Stop. Let's fucking move on to another subject and, talk about something else. Like, you already fucking, okay, fine. And you do that over and over, and it's like, okay, now we've had a 50-minute conversation about like 4 things, and really, we didn't really talk about anything, so that was whatever. But because of that, those conversations, I started to realize that there's a thing that happens with some people that they feel like they need to put other people in certain positions. I don't even really know what it is. It's like you can end up in a position, all of a sudden, you're not paying attention, you're like, okay, I'm just going to go do this thing, or I'm going to go to this place, and I'm going to, do whatever, and all of a sudden, you are being subjected to someone else, what someone else wants you to do. They're sitting you down like a child, basically, and saying, well, they're thinking, I want this person to do this, whatever. Then, you have to sit there and endure their bullshit, right? So, but like, to an extent to where, I don't know, maybe it's just my personality type. Like, I'm kind of like a, I don't know. I'm not very, like, domineering, I guess. Dominant, that kind of thing. Like, I don't like, naturally take to a position of leadership. I kind of default to other people's judgment most of the time. Which I'm working on. I'm working on being more of like a, standing up for myself, kind of all that bullshit. That's a necessary thing to do when you get older, as an adult, right? You have to be a, like a singular pillar of whatever, personality or whatever. You have your own personality and all that. But, like, even then, as an adult, like, you still have other adults who will fucking subject you to their shit and not like, it's not that they don't even, it's like, it should be a basic function of empathy to realize when the other person is enduring your like, you are fucking, they're in pain because they have to sit there and listen to you. Like, they had like 5 interesting thoughts that you just fucking buried under a fucking pointless barrage of words. You just buried it. Like, I don't know. It's kind of going off the rails here, but there should really be a fucking another lane there so you can pass people. Like, I should have just went around him, but fucking old dude, and don't want to bother him. But I did it anyway, so. Anyway, yeah, that was basically just those 2 interactions kind of made me feel like I should, like, tell or say